Hello, family and friends. How are you? And welcome to this bright day. It's raining over here, and although it's good, how are you doing over on your side? I hope you're having a good weather. The main thing is the main thing is that we have life, which is more important than whatever. Remember, your life is more important than whatever you are facing or whatever you are going through. Stay strong, okay? No condition is permanent. No condition is permanent. Oteka ka ọ dị njọ, emechaa ọ ga-adị mma. Osite adịba mma, ọ dịbara gboo. Mana na ị nwere future. You have a future. So, and I want to encourage you to join me as we seek and spread knowledge without fear or favor. So I have some time today for us to really spend time to talk, and I will be talking about African freedom. That's why I titled this African Freedom is Not Free. Freedom is not free. Nobody can just get freedom. Like no slave can just wake up and get freedom. Unless you're about to die, then your slave master will give you freedom. You know it will never last. But if you want to have a long-lasting freedom that you and your generations will enjoy, it is never free. You have to stand up and fight for it. And that's what Africans must do. We have been slaves till now. If we begin to wake up today, it will do us a great good. Instead of us continue suffering in the same thing that we met our parents in, and because they were afraid and ignorant, they accepted them as the true way to live. No. We have our brain now to think. So whatever they used to make our parents accepted those lies as the truth. We also have the mind, we have the brain to use those things, turn them around for our own good, for our own liberation. How I wish you can use your religion or whatever faith or belief you have to liberate your people, to liberate yourself. Bondage, slavery is never accepted or acceptable among wise people or people that are real people. Nobody wants to be locked up. That's why you see even the innocent people, they confess to the crime they never committed just for them to be free from prison, just for them to be free from police net. So, like slavery, it's never good for anyone. And no wise person, no sane person will accept slavery for any reason. But you see, religion has rot the brain of many that they accepted slavery as good thing. And the slavery that gave them the religion they have, they accept it as a good thing. Directly, they're not doing that, but indirectly through their religion. When you said as an African, you are a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, you accept slavery as the right way or right thing or the will of God for you. That is the last nail they put in that coffin of slavery. They put people in. They said it is the will of God. I have heard some Africans said it was God's will that God sent the white people to invade and enslave our ancestors. And they say it with all boldness. Do I blame them? No. But after they heard from me, I begin to blame them. How can you say God, who loves you, allow people to enslave your own ancestors, to force love on them, to force them to accept love? You can't force anyone to accept love. It's like an ugly, old, broken man saying he wants to marry a very beautiful young woman. And he wants to force her to marry him. you know what it is. Unless that girl does not have anybody. But if that girl have people, even if it's a one person, even that if that person is not strong, he will fight that ugly man. You say, no way, you're not marrying my beautiful sister. So, but you see, religion rob the brain. It make people not to think. It make people accept evil as good. And that's what I want to deal with us today. I want us to deal with together today. Freedom. African freedom is not free. We have to continue speaking. Don't give up. Don't give up because of what people are saying. I've received a lot of insult from my own people, from my own town, from my own village, maybe even from my own kindred. They don't. Like some of my family members don't speak to me as we used to, but I like it that way though. You know, it saved me a lot of things too. And it makes me, it emboldens me, makes me to do more because I know they am sowing seed in their lives and among my people. I'm planting the seed that will grow a tree, not flower. No. So, and I want us to know that no matter what happened, the bondage we found ourselves in, it didn't come to us freely. No, they didn't preach to our people the gospel of Jesus Christ or the gospel of Islam and they accepted it. No, they forced our people to accept all the religions we have today. And for you to think, oh, you will just, get freedom or free from them, no, you have to. That's why when they force you to have it, they give you a book that instill fear in you that, listen, if you dare think, not even living it, but if you dare think contrary to what they taught you, oh, you are candidate for hellfire. And they show you, they make the movie or they write it, how people will suffer in the hell. Say it's a bottomless pit, people will be born in there, the worm there will not die. Just as you will not die, you'll be suffering. The worm will not suffer. You are the one that will be suffering. You see, they created hellfire to keep you in that bondage. Set yourself free. Even if you don't believe anything I've been saying, because I'm not asking you to believe, I want you to know. But even if you don't believe anything I'm saying, if you will begin to believe there is no hellfire, you will see how you will set yourself free. Your brain will open. Because those things, those beliefs is what blinds. Faith blinds you. You cannot see. That's why I said faith itself is dead. So it blinds you. Imagine you're carrying a dead body on yourself. You know how heavy it will be. And that dead body covers your face. You cannot see. If it's a living being, at least he can move. But dead body cannot move and it's heavy. You cannot move it. You have to throw it away. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Throw that religious belief and faith away and be free. I like what one of our ancestors said. He said that no people begging for a dinner can have dignity or respect. No person, no people begging for a dinner can have dignity or respect. No way. And that's what is happening to black people all over the world. We are all over the world begging for a dinner. Why we have garden of every good thing. Why we have land full of treasures. Land flowing with milk and honey. We have the land full of riches, treasures. Yet you see Africans all over the world begging for a dinner. That's why nobody respects us. There's no dignity to any African in the whole world. Whether you are a doctor, you're a president, whatever you are. When they see your color, they don't see dignity. They see disgusting. Oh, it's disgusting. They can take your gold, they can take your diamond, they can take your oil, they can take your resources, but they don't care about you. Because you are begging for a dinner. They are the one making things. You see how they say that China is taking over Kenya major seaport because of loan they held. Tell me one reason why African nation or any African country should borrow from any country outside Africa. What happened to all we have in Africa? What happened? That's to show you that we don't have African leaders. We have religious leaders that claim to be Africans. Because when we have African leaders, they will do things in African way and it will help us. Foreign things will never help Africa. No way. No matter how you think it is, it cannot. So no people begging for a dinner can have dignity or respect. No one. And no man who cannot support his wife can be respected as a man. I shared that post earlier. You say, oh, marriage is all about love. It's a lie. If you don't have money to support your wife, to provide for your wife, especially when she begin to have children, man, that respect will fly out of the window. She will not respect you. If she used to call you honey or sweetie, well, thank you, Papa Emeka. Papa Jimo, Baba, yeah, Babushi. They'll be something you like in America. They will tell you to be taking out the garbage can because they know, come on, get out. That's the system in America. But in Africa, where we came from, if you don't provide for your wife, if you cannot provide for your wife, let me tell you, that woman will never respect you as a man. He will respect her pastor more than you. He will respect any other man than you. Even when people, visitors or guests come to your house, she will use the best plate, which maybe you bought when you still had money. She will use that best plate to serve the guests, but she will use broken plate to serve you. But if you are providing for her, she will use the best plate to serve you. Look at the way your wife serves you food, and they will tell you how much respect she still have for you. I'm telling you. So, but we Africans know that, So I'm not talking of America. America don't have. Though the marriage we have is imitation of Western marriage, but when it comes to the real African marriage, some of us will still play it like, oh, where's my food? This woman, she bring your food, she serve you, and you do it out of love. Not African marriage is never an oppression to any woman. No. That's why I always have issue and I unfriend anyone that talk negative about African marriage. Why? Because many of us, we don't know anything about African marriage. What we know is the colonized Africans history they taught us. So many Africans use it to run. They talk trash and they talk that maybe in front of white people, so they think it's true. No, those people don't know about Africa. Most Africans in America don't know the history of Africa. Even the African Americans, I mean, those people that the enslaved Africans in America gave birth to, their generation now, the African Americans, they know better, they know at least maybe 50% of true African history than the real Africans, both in Africa and wherever they are living in the whole world. So Africans, major Africans, what they know is the colonized history. They taught us through religion and school. You went to school, they taught you something. What did they teach us? Western civilization and how African civilization was never... They never teach us that Africans are people with history. It's always bad thing, bad religion, bad everything. But you see, what they gave to us is not even working. Okay, so you cannot protect your marriage when you are broke. It's true. For example, when a broke ugly man go and marry a beautiful woman, of course, one day something will happen. Maybe you are the one that's sick and the wife need money to provide for you, and already religion has made you forsake your kinsmen and your people. So your wife now is scrambling to get money. She may go to your uncle say, because there is family problem already, I have to sleep with you to give you the money to save your husband's life. She went to her people, they can't help her because also religion made her also not care for her people when she got married. So now they leave you in the limbo. Your church cannot help you like that. Maybe they give you a little bit, but they cannot foot all the bills. Now you need help. Your husband is broke. You go, maybe the man touch you or do something and give you money, right? Maybe when the man get well, the man begin to say, oh, so that man did it. But you use the money to save his life. Before you know it, that marriage begin to have problem, because poor people always have that suspicion in their marriage. Rich people, if a rich man, his wife don't, even if the wife catch him red-handed with another woman, she shut her mouth. Because if she talk like this, he said, well, say, okay, divorce, go your way, go my way. So what am I saying? You're supposed to know that your wife can eat love, right? When it comes to the way they put it today, and that's why they make it like, okay, wife now, make your own money, husband, make your own money. I was with my mechanic, he's from Ghana, so he was like, marriage will work if the man and the woman, if they see their money. That's in America. I said, bro, it's not like that. Yeah, many marriages, I mean Africans who married in Africa and come to America. Their marriage was going where they were seeing all the money, but one day it happened. It's this American system. Something must happen because it's the system. The wife goes to work. It's not in those days when the wife stay majorly at home, but now she goes to work. Some people talk to him, and things happen, right? So sometimes she may say no, 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 but one day maybe you go to work, she go to work, she say, man, this thing has been scratching me, and this man has not been doing anything, or maybe the day she wanna have sex, you refuse. Things begin to happen, especially when she's a beautiful woman. Know that if she's a beautiful woman, supposed to know. Our people used to say that, but you may think it's a nonsense word, but it's true. A beautiful woman is not one man's wife. No. Even if her husband is rich, her husband friend will want to have her because she's beautiful. Everybody want to have a beautiful woman, even if it's for one time. Okay, let me just once. Okay, and when a beautiful woman have that need for sex, and the husband is not available, maybe the husband is the one that flies everywhere chasing money for the family. It happens. Things happens, my people. So it's not because of the way you live sometimes. Majorly, especially in the time we're living in, is the system. And that's why we must set ourselves free and live as a people anymore. Again, it's not maybe we are going back. No, it's like, it's taking what belongs to us and develop it and make it better for us. Of course, we will not live 100% like our ancestors. We're supposed to live better than our ancestors because we inherited that thing from them, so we're supposed to develop it. But the problem is this: most of us in Africa, we don't know our African heritage. What we know is the history that our oppressor gave us, our conqueror. They destroy our heritage. They stole our heritage, they destroy our civilization. Yes, they destroy it because they are our conquerors, or you are conquerors. So you are conqueror, we do everything to destroy that which makes you feel good. That thing which makes you feel good about yourself, you are conqueror, we do everything to destroy it. And one of the things that makes Africans feel good, or used to make Africans feel good, is the marriage, African marriage. Because African marriage have a family structure itself, have many industry in it. It have built-in spring court in it. That's African family, African marriage family structure. We have it, and it was our pride. Family, they say, oh, they came and say, no, they want to destroy it. These people, they're having sex too much because they think marriage is just sex. Because that's what they think marriage is all about in their place. But that's why they say marriage is between one man, one woman. If you look at another woman, you are cheating. If you sleep with another woman, you are cheating. You are committing adultery. Nonsense. How can you tell a man that wants a woman to marry one woman and at the same time condemn him for looking at another woman? That's nonsense. It's witchcraft. This thing religion gave to us. I want to really talk about these two things, African marriage and slavery. So, I want you to join me and let's do it. Excuse me, this is call from Nigeria. Let me listen. Apostle, let me call you back, okay? I'm online. I will call you back later, yeah. Thank you. So that's one of my apostle friends, Apostle Mishak. So I want to talk about African marriage and slavery. So, and when it comes to African marriage, I'm not saying I know everything about it, but I want to mention some parts, especially those parts that most Africans are using to condemn their ancestors and condemning their own African cultures, why they embrace Western culture as the true way, even to heaven that does not exist, or to life they think is better. No way. Western life is never better than African life. The best life you can ever live in this world is African life, because Africans live humanly, which many people call spirituality, but it is human thing. That's why I don't believe in African spirituality or foreign religion. What I believe or what I uphold, what I accept is humanity. Human, living like human. That's it. That thing you call higher force is still human force. That thing you call higher energy, that thing you call higher power. Oh, there is higher power controlling everything. It's part of us. It has nothing to do with any spirituality or spirit. That's why that God you say you believe in, you cannot see that God. It is people that made up that God. They say there is God controlling everything. Are you telling me these things just appear? No, nobody said that. It's called nature. And that's all we know. Going beyond that will put you in that mess that will make you to control people. So if people don't believe that, you begin to force them. So you're supposed to know that when the conquerors came to Africa, they conquered Africa with gun. Remember, they did not conquer Africa in the name of any god. They conquered Africans with guns and cannons. They conquered Africans with man-made weapons, not with any spiritual weapon. Okay, so but Africans, then some Africans, not all Africans, when you're talking about African spirituality, not every Africans practice that also. Because there are people that don't believe that. No, there are people, especially like Igbo people, you must see one stubborn person that will tell you no. That thing you're telling me, no, so don't tell me there are some Africans that never visited any native doctor. I mean, like to consult, okay, what will I do to be rich, or who is against me? No, they don't. The only thing maybe I say many of them were doing is like maybe consulting who reincarnated, like when their wife have newborn baby, they go to consult the spiritualists, not for any help, maybe for them to get any charm or any voodoo to deal with anybody. No. And another thing they were doing is like they care about their children. They protect their children. That's why when you believe that our ancestors, especially they tell you, oh, the Igbos were killing twins. And these people that tell you the Igbos were killing twins, they will tell you it's people like from River State area or Calabar area. But when they come into politics, they begin to say those people are not Igbos because they are hypocrites. When they want to talk about bad things that happen in certain area that is close to the people they call Igbo people, they say all of them are Igbo people. Some part of Edo, Delta State, River State, Akwa Ibom, all those eastern regions before, they call them Igbo people. When they want to do bad things, when they want to kill them, they call all of them Igbo people. They kill them, right? But when it comes to like oil, like positive things, they say, no, this one is south-south, this one is southeast, these ones are Igbos, these ones are Ijaw, these ones are Ukraine, all those nonsense. Because they know what they're doing. They are evil people also that comes against people that have the same culture, people that have the same way of living, the same way of doing business, and destroy them because of what they want. Oil. Is oil more important than human life? We can live without that oil. Our people has been living without that oil until somebody discovered it. So what makes you think because of that oil now you must keep people in bondage? You must be lying to them. You say that, oh, they were killing twins. What do you mean they were killing twins? Killing twins, so he said that what make them evil. One guy commented when I made that post, he said that, hey, my mother told me they kill my twins, blah, 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 blah. Your mother didn't tell you the whole story. Because in those days, they don't let, those people, they don't let women know everything, even what is about to happen to their child. Like when you want to get married, do they allow your mother to stay where elders are discussing about your sister getting married? No. But when I want to get married, I say, no, I don't believe in that. I say that my mother-in-law must be there when they're discussing, and she stay there. Because that's what I wanted. So, when you are talking about your ancestors, especially you say, oh, they were killing twins, and what did they call that stupid woman that came and stopped killing of twins? People that value life were killing twins. Think about that. It's religion that brings the issue of killing in Africa. It's foreign religion. Until those foreign religions came, Africans weren't killing themselves. They were doing everything to protect their children. They have doctors among them, native doctors. If anything happened that they can't understand, handle, they consult them to know what solution to the problem. But you just believe your ancestors were killing the twins. And in that same area, when they said their ancestors were Igbos killing twins, if you go there today, they still see some children as witches. Sometimes they tie them with chains, beating them. Children, little children, they say they are demon possessed. Who taught Africans about demon possessed and all that? You say, oh, Obanje, all this. What is Obanje? Obanje is not demon possessed. Obanje is maybe they say God wants you to serve them or something. Then religion say, no, you will not serve. Something begin to happen. Right? But all that, whatever Africans had, originally, most of us don't know. We only know what will happen in the place we call Africa today. Do you know the places that your ancestors were living before you migrated where you are today? Like in Nigeria. It was not our original place. That's why white men created Nigeria. We are not the one that created it. Because they keep chasing us, we keep running everywhere, going everywhere, establishing ourselves, having our territories, and they keep coming against us there. Then we grow up with that fake history and said, oh, that's true. No, verify it. Do you have the mind to kill twins for any reason? Okay, let me ask you, you went to hospital and your wife carries twins in her womb. And the doctor said they have to operate it and take away those twins and, to save your wife's life. Will you accept it? You will say yes, right? Or some will say no. Some will let the woman die because some husband want their wife to die so they can marry. You don't know that. Of course, they want their wife to die in even during delivery. They say, pray, don't worry, you will deliver. The woman die. The man go and marry another person. You don't know that. If doctors say that, in fact, the life of your wife depends on this pregnancy, it has to be terminated for your wife to be free, for your wife to live. Will you accept it? If it happens, does it mean you are a killer or you kill children? You never think like that, but you believe your ancestors were killing twins. Who are killing those ones that are dying today? How about those people dying out of vaccine they took? How about those people dying out of the drugs that people make? They say it's fake drug. How about people dying out of what do you call it? Overdose. And how about those people, pregnant women that eat something that killed the baby in the womb? They didn't know it will kill the baby. So when they use those things to make you believe your ancestors were really evil, which they are not. Good people will not make you see other people as evil people. What they will do is try to work with those people they think that evil, and they will tell you are good. Good person will tell you no matter even evil you have done, he say, listen, you are good, you are better than this, change. You see that? But Christianity didn't do that to our ancestors. They killed our ancestors, they raped our ancestors, they enslaved our ancestors and tell us that our ancestors are evil. In fact, they created our ancestors as Satan. So when they preach Satan to you, they are talking about your ancestors. That's why they painted the Satan black. They did not paint the Satan white. Every Satan they taught us is black. So when you are dreaming, you see black Satan. When you see black person in the night, you run. Especially black person with a white cloth, you run. Because that's the devil. Right? So white people are angels to us. White people are gods to us because Christianity taught us that nonsense. They condemn our ancestors and make us embrace their evil religion. Just the same way Islam did to us. So when you are talking about African marriage or African way of living, the problem is this: the white people mocked our gods, they mock African gods, and we embrace their own god, we covet their own gods. I think Chinua Achebe wrote something about that. Like our people, we are suffering so much that to the extent they say, man, their God failed them. So they embrace the God of their enslavers, the God of their oppressors. If their God will allow them to defeat us, because they made them, it's not any God. They defeated our ancestors with guns and cannons. Our ancestors were warriors. But what is the power of machete and the arrows and the shield when it comes to gun and the cannons? No way. It's just like the African countries today. Which African country can withstand America in war? No. So does that mean America beat them because they believe in God? Or they say because they are a nation under God? No. Because they have a nuclear weapon. We don't have. We don't. So if you don't have weapons, that doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, it is weak people that need weapons. Strong people don't need weapons. And Africans saw themselves as strong people. Ichakome, Ochananya, Oguseti, Osigin of Africa. But white people, because they were weak people, they fortified themselves with their weapon. Which what Africans must learn. And we have better way. We can be better than them by building the same weapon they have, and also recover our African power. African power can neutralize any weapon. And that's what I want our people to do. You young ones, begin to plan. How can you develop that African power they call voodoo, they call juju, that you can neutralize nuclear weapon. That's when they throw or shoot any missile or any rocket or anything, any weapon in your land, it will just be like football. It will nothing will happen until you take it, go to the sea or ocean and throw it. It will blow there. We can do this, but they have made us to see, no, it is evil way. So it is evil way, but you are depending on them. Depending on them is also evil. When you are depending on your enemies, on your oppressors, on your neighbors, that is evil. You are not yourself. That is evil itself. So why African marriage? As I said earlier, anyone that speaks against African marriage, I always unfriend such person. I don't care who that person is, because I know that person is speaking out of ignorance. We don't know much about African marriage. And when you mention African marriage, guess where people's mind go? Polygamy. What is polygamy? Polygamy is not marriage between one man and multiple wives. That's not polygamy. Marriage between one man and two or multiple wives is called polygyny. Polygamy is polygyny and polyandry put together. Polygamy is a man having multiple wives and a woman having multiple husbands. That polygamy. Africans weren't practicing polygamy. Many educated Africans don't know even the difference. They still say polygamy. Why people call it polygamy? To vilify the polygyny. Africans, we are practicing polygyny. I heard in India there's a place they practice polyandry. That's polygamy also. But the part of it was what? Polyandry. That a woman can have up to 20 husbands. Because that's what works for them. Is that bad? No. It's what works for them. If it depends on the need of, because marriage is a cultural thing. It's not a spiritual thing. It's not a godly thing. It is not a religious thing. Marriage is a cultural thing. People deciding what works for them. What works for your people? That's what you're supposed to know. Stop saying your people are uncivilized because they are not like other people. That's you are comparing yourself with others, which makes you a foolish person. Wise people don't compare themselves with others. White people do what works for them. And that's what Africans must do. So you stop believing the lies they told you that your ancestors were polygamous. Oh, they are polygamy. They practice polygamy. Having multiple. What is wrong with that? Tell me what is wrong with one man having multiple wives when that one man can get them pregnant. And these Africans saying this, they think that, marriage is all about sex. Oh, you're married, you're having sex. That's nonsense. If you know how a woman's body is built today, that's why you see how they are messing up woman's body today. They make woman body, it become like a gutter. It become like useless thing that even a man cannot satisfy the woman. The woman has to go and buy vibrator or buy big penis, a plastic one, and be choking herself. Because they are messing up. But woman's body is so delicate, is so holy, that woman's body is the heaven you're talking about. That's the heaven you can go. That's where you came from, and that's where you're supposed to go when you feel bad. You know how sweet sex is. You know how it is to hold a woman, to have a woman in your life. Is so heavenly. That's the heaven that the religion don't want you to know. They're telling you there's heaven in the sky you are going. You are not going to any heaven. When a man sleeps with a woman, the woman is heaven. He goes to heaven. A woman don't go to heaven. That's why in their heaven there's no woman. They tell you it's a trophy. In Christian heaven there is no woman there. Read your Bible. Book of Revelation. There's no woman, no single woman in Christian heaven. In fact, they call the New Jerusalem woman the bride of Christ. You see, no Mary there, no Mary, no woman there. It's all he. Then in Muslim heaven, the same thing. In Jewish heaven, the same thing. No woman in their heaven, because woman is the heaven. Woman is the heaven we go. Say, if any man be in Christ, not say if any woman be in Christ. Look at it. That's why they silence women. They say women should not talk when they gather, because they are the heaven they go to. So stop believing this nonsense they tell you about Africa. They tell you polygyny, but okay, you are against polygyny, one man having multiple wives, and you say it's one man, one wife. Okay, now they have one man, one woman, one woman. You say no, it's not accepted. No, you can't accept one man, one wife and be against homosexuality. If you accept monogamy, you must accept gay marriage. If you don't accept it, you are a hypocrite. Because monogamy for all men is against natural order. The natural order is this: some men cannot marry, some men can marry one wife, some men can marry more than one wife. That's natural order. Marriage is not by force, it's a cultural thing. And every marriage, when you see a man marry multiple wives, do you know what it means to take care of a woman? You know what it took your ancestors to take care of their wives. Their wives weren't walking the way the wives of today are walking. They were well taken care of. You think poor people were marrying multiple wives? For a poor man then to have more than one wife, you know those women run to him. Of course, some women, when they see a man they love, they say, I must marry this woman. They pay everything. They tell their family. They say, okay, go. She go and marry the man marry her. She pay everything. A woman paying for everything in marriage is not a new thing. Okay, if a woman see a man she love, she can do anything to have that man. And if that man is married already, she can become second wife. She don't care. All she knows, she's happy with the man she call her husband. But today, most women, when they think about husband, what do they think? Penis, sex. That's what they think. I can't share my man. Nonsense. Who said you cannot share your man? Are you the owner of the man? You're not. You say, I can't share my woman. Okay, let her go now. They'll be hitting her. So what I'm saying is this. Stop believing the lies they told you about African marriage. African marriage is different from what you are having today. Whether you call it even traditional marriage we have today, it's not the real African marriage. Because that traditional marriage is influenced by the Westerns, right? So I've heard some Africans say that our ancestors were marrying multiple wives because of famine or farm work. That's nonsense. People were also paying laborers to work in their farm that time. It's not, but that's what they believe. They say no. The reason why we are against one man multiple wives is because we are no longer farming or no longer in that time. Stupid. And you are still eating. the food you are buying, who is farming, and that's part of the reasons we are suffering in Africa. Nobody wants to farm anymore. All of us, we are chasing money in abroad, in oil company. That's what. But what are you eating? Who is making the food you are eating? Today they said there is plastic rice. Because you are chasing money. You don't produce your own rice. You don't produce your own yam. You don't produce your own food. Of course, somebody will produce. Since you are chasing money, of course, they will give you artificials to eat. But we're supposed to be making our food. That's why I've been saying that you don't need money to survive in this world. But they have deceived us and corrupted us to believe without money you cannot survive. That's what many of us believe. Even sometimes I have that fear. If I go back to my village now, can I survive in my village? What will I be doing in my village that will be giving me money? That will be yielding me money? You see, money, money, money. We don't think about life anymore. All we think is life, life, life. We don't think about life anymore. All we think is about money. So when you think about going to your village, you think about money. Without money, you cannot survive in your village. And when you go to your village, it seems to be true. People in the village expect you to give them money. They don't care about... I say, if I'm going to Nigeria, no more buying things like buying clothes, going shopping, so I'm buying clothes to give people because they don't value that. What they need from you is money. So it's better you give them money because that's what they want. So we are talking about money, money. Nobody is talking about life. And that's why when it comes to our family, you see division. Brothers don't care about their brothers anymore. What they care is about money. If you make money, you have brothers. If you don't make money, you don't have brothers. So you can make anybody your friend and people will not respect you anymore because we keep talking about money. Money has taken the place of life. And people will kill you because of money. They don't care. They waste your life because they just want to make that money. You see children kill their parents because they want to make money. They want to sell their land and the parents, they know the parents will block them. Boom, they will kill them to sell the land and make money. So you see, you say that, they were marrying multiple wives because of famine. Okay, now you are no longer doing farming, right? And you have one wife. Then why are you sleeping with another woman? Why are you longing for another woman? Because of your religion, you say, I hold myself. Why are you fighting? Why are you holding yourself? Live freely. If you are religious, you are living a fake life. That's why faith is fake. But if you are free, why are you not free to sleep with the woman you love? You can't do that because the religion forbid it. It's one man, one wife. So you enter that prison, they lock it. You cannot come out. Unless you want them to see you as a devil, as somebody that not worth living. The same people that preach love. So marriage, according to our ancestors, although famine is part of it, but it is not the reason why they were marrying. If you know what it means to take care of your wife and your children, as a man, or as African man, it is wrong if you don't take care of your wife and the children. Wives are not the one that will do that. No. And your children are not the one that will do that. You have the sole responsibility of taking care of your wife and children. That's what makes you a man in Africa then. But today, it's no longer like that. All right, they change it. But I get upset when I see people talking negative about African marriage, which they don't know anything about. Also, they think a marriage is about sex. Bam, 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 you have sex. The only time maybe a man and a woman, a married man and a married woman spend a lot of time having sex, is when there is problem. Like when the woman cannot conceive like that, or when the man cannot impregnate her, so they keep having sex to make sure the woman can't. But if the woman is fertile, you are fertile, boom, you do it, the woman get pregnant. You won't be having sex with the woman every time when she's pregnant. You get that? It's not. That's why I see some people, they tie their womb or they insert something in their vagina so they can be having sex, because they are crazy about sex these days. with pornography or show, the public show. You see some people dress like this, they say they are sexy. So they tell you about sex ties. You say you want to experiment it with your husband. With okay, I don't want to have baby. You tie your womb or you put something there. Maybe you already have enough children. So it's sex. Even old women, sex. To the extent they make breasts now, breasts become a what? A private part. Breasts don't used to be private part in Africa before. You can't see a woman's breast before you get erection in Africa before. For you to see how holy African ancestors were. You remember your grandma there, you see, she don't wear anything on top. She just tie wrapper. Because the vagina was the private part they really know. That's where you came from. And that was the real private part. You say it was nasty. No, it was not. You see, today, those women with their fallen breasts, they have to support it with a bra. All those nonsense. Were you born with bra? No. Just to support it. And that's why sometimes when you talk to them, you think they don't like you. They like you, but they feel. What if they remove the bra? Will you still like them? Will you still like that woman? You know, sometimes it's not true. Even after marriage, you see that breast. You say after, maybe if you're a Deeper Life member or Pentecostal church that said no sex until wedding. Okay? After wedding, she undressed herself. Then you see the breast flat. You say, no, this is not what I'm born for. I wanted the breast that stand. You know, when you press it, the seed is still in there. But it's no longer there, and you don't know, such thing cause problem in some marriage. But they won't tell you, especially men. Men won't tell you the whole truth about their marriage. Men also know how to hide their feelings. Why are you no longer having such feelings you used to have for this woman before the wedding? They won't tell you the reason. They will just tell you, I don't see this woman, they will tell you a lie. But if they will tell you truth, as I'm out and I've been telling that truth, you see, it will save us a lot. So it's not about, we don't marry because of sex. Why, if it's because of sex, then you enter marriage. You enter problem. If you know what it means to take care of a woman, you have to be a man before you marry. Okay? So maybe that's the role of prostitutes or prostitution. Like the prostitute, some men go to sleep with prostitute. Like if you don't have money to marry, what will you do? And you have erection, you have that sexual urge. What will you do? You don't want to rape any woman. What will you do? Do you think there's no good side of prostitutes? Think about it. It's in your Bible also. Remember what Judah did in your Bible when his wife died. He didn't want to marry again, but he went to sleep with a harlot. It happened to be her daughter-in-law. And God blessed them with twins. God support your Bible God supports prostitution. Because if God was against prostitution, he would have not allowed Tamar, I think that's her name, to get pregnant through her father-in-law. Because she played she played harlotry. She played harlotry to get the man. But God was watching and God did not do anything. Hello, Mr. Charles. So, you're supposed to know that African marriage is for family structure. Marriage in Africa is not between a man and a woman. Marriage in Africa is between a family and family. That's the main African marriage or family structure. You see, so there is no maltreatment. The way our ancestors build it, when people get married, they don't maltreat each other. They know what to do. No, the woman don't have time to say, maybe it's my husband doing this, man. No, because that's another thing that brings problem in marriage. It happened to me personally. I hate it when somebody accuses me wrongly, especially when I know I'm working hard and you accuse me of maybe sleeping with another woman. Man, I tell you I'm a man, then I will sleep with another woman. There's nothing you will do about that. And nobody can, I'm a man, not my parents that married somebody for me or tell me to go marry. No, I decided to get married. And I married you. And I tell you the whole truth. But you seem to follow the whatever is happening in the world, telling you, oh, every man cheat. Every man cheat. What do you mean? I tell you, no man cheats. No man cheat. Men have erection, and when they have erection, they want to go. And if you're not available, they look for somewhere to go. I don't know about women. Women will tell me about them, but I don't believe if any woman around me touch me, I will not. She says she wants sex. I will not have sex with her, even if we are fighting. So long as you know what to do, of course. Man get erection. You are the one that provoked me. I will go in. But people won't tell you all this. They begin to maltreat each other because of this nonsense suspicion. You read something on Facebook, you attribute it to your husband or to your wife. That's nonsense. You begin to maltreat somebody you're married. Don't you know that person who you are alive, kinda? You are maltreating your wife. What if that woman boiled very hot water while you are sleeping? She come and pour it or kill you while you are sleeping. Why are you maltreating somebody you say you're married? That's another thing I don't understand. But see what our ancestors were doing. If your wife, if you have issue with your wife, you will stop eating her food. Why? Because they believe the woman can kill you through food. And the woman will do everything begging, for to resolve the issue. Until that issue is resolved, you begin to have sex with her again, you find out she's changed, you start eating her food. You get the idea now? Because, okay, what if you are having issue? You see, some men has died because their wife just killed them like that. They have only her. But if a man have more than one wife, right? And the other wife is messing up and also planning to kill the man will go to the other wife. The man, remember, another thing many people don't know. Africans, the husband and the wife don't share one room. You don't know what people, Africans, establish for you to marry. You don't just wake up as they do today. You go and marry a woman, you live in one room. No way. A man has his own room. The woman, Africans respect woman's privacy than any other race. The woman has her own room. The man have his own room. So if the woman wants sex, she can go to her husband's room. They have sex, she go back to her room. And the man wants sex, she go to her wife's room. They have sex, they go. That's how and there was no issue. But today, you see, I share bed with my husband. If you know how your body is, you need your privacy, especially as a woman. During that time you are in your period, you don't need your husband to touch you for anything. No. You don't need it. You need to relax. But today, women don't respect their body. They only respect their look. I want to look sexy. I want to look this. They put foundation everywhere. Nonsense. That's nonsense. Why not us be real? Some men are doing the same thing also. Impressing who? Impress yourself. That's what matters. So, our ancestors weren't maltreating their wives as is happening today. In those days, when you say you don't want to eat the food your wife cook, your wife will come it. It will go and report you to your parents, report you to your people, before her own people. If your people support you, she will go and report to her own people. But today they tell you there's no third party in marriage. But when you were going, you went with third parties. But because they want to kill, they want you to die in that marriage. For better, for worse, remain there. No. If you don't work, divorce, period. Because that's the system now. But if you marry in African way, which it's hard for you to see anyone that married in African way today. It's hard. Because when you marry African way, both families are committed. So divorce is not even discussed. What they discuss is solution to the problem. You can say your wife, go back to your people until, I see changes. Your wife will go. What will happen? Her people will come to your own people to discuss what happened. And they begin to talk about it, to find solution to the problem. But today, how do you get divorced? Go to the court. Because they have taken power from the family. They have taken power from the people and give it to evil men they call the government. Now you can just go to, you see, you're married. Right? You're married. If not, you are traveling abroad. You don't need marriage certificate. Right? So you're married. But because you're traveling, you need marriage certificate. Now you traveled abroad like myself. You need divorce. Right? It's no longer going through family or say, no, you just go. Maybe you follow the law of the land. Boom. They give you your divorce certificate. You're free. Hello. So you see, things have changed, and they keep maltreating each other and saying what is wrong. Some people tell you it's this devil. It has nothing to do with the devil. It's the system we accepted, even in Africa. The colonized history they gave to us. So now a wife is maltreating the husband. Husband is maltreating the wife. If you don't want, we go apart because, okay, it's easier. But African marriage, divorce is not even mentioned. You don't even think about divorce because of what you went through to marry that woman. You know how many times you married, how many things you did to marry that woman? I think to marry today is cheap in Africa, so divorce is cheap also. So marriage is cheap these days. Oh, so and in those days, Africans weren't having a single parenting. You see a woman, you say he's training her children. Excuse me, and you say you're married or somebody get you pregnant. I shared that post. They say a woman that have about, I think, more than 40 children, and she is raising them up by herself. Yes, it's happening. You see women frying akara or selling something to take care of her children. Where is the family? Her own family and the family of the man that impregnated her. Because today, a woman can just go anywhere and live and begin to have children. She don't care. So when something happens, you want people like me to pray. I say, I don't pray anymore. I say, I don't pray. Pray for what? If you create that problem, solve it. You say, no, it's the devil. Which devil? You are the devil that created it. If it's bad, you are the devil that created it. If it's good, you are the God that created it. Because when it's good, you will not call me to come and enjoy you. But when it gets bad, that's when you come to me. How in the world will a woman have a child or children without any man being around to take care of them? But they have messed up all that. And you talk against your African ancestors thinking they were crazy. No, they weren't. They have that family structure. If the man die, his brother will remarry you. So you stay in the family. You don't want to stay in the family? Your people pay them back whatever they have to pay back. You go back and marry whoever you want. It's not by force. Marriage is not by force. It's a cultural thing. African marriage is not slavery. I've seen some stupid Africans, especially those living in America, say that African marriage is slavery. The women are like slaves. You don't know what they are talking. Africans respect women or their wives more than any race in this world. It's not a joke. Single parenting. You see a man, some men today, they are the only one taking care of their children. Even their kinsmen, you won't see them around because they have destroyed that family structure. It don't supposed to be so. Although it's easier for a man to get another wife quicker than a woman because a woman don't want to go in a place they will maltreat her. And that's why family is supposed to be involved because they do their secret investigations. But today, investigation don't matter what the church tell you to do your blood test to know if you have the same blood type. So they don't care about family. You hear about Deboye said that if you want to get married, is it the wife that said that if you want to get married, you have to consult your pastor first before your parents? Nonsense. And because they use this foreign entity called religion to destroy African family structure. You are having single parenting today. You see some people, their husband died. The church is the one taking care of them. The family is not there. The church. Because they use the Bible to teach those nonsense. And you believe that. You see a young lady that her husband died. She's now saying she's married to Jesus. That's her daughter. Married to Jesus. When did Jesus pay your bride price? When did Jesus get married with you? But that's nonsense because she depends on the church and the church support that evil. She can't remarry either in her husband's family or outside. She wants to stay as a widow and die and make heaven. That's nonsense. I've seen some young women, their husband die. And men are coming to marry them, not just have sex with them, to marry them. They say no. I'm married to her. But during their marriage or during their wedding, he said, for better for what? Till death do us part. Now death has part you. He said, I'm not parting because I have children. No, when you say they do us part, you don't know you will have children. Before you enter that marriage, you don't know you will have children. Africans have that family structure that there's nothing, even the word prison or jail was not in among Africans. It is white people that brought issue of jail and prison. They were locking slaves in prison. They built prison all over the place in Africa, like in Ghana. They built place, some people call it a hole, where they hold the slaves, waiting for the ship to come. Then they take them and ship them. Africans weren't doing that. That's why when you talk about your ancestors, you don't know what you're talking. You're talking about your colonized ancestors. That's after slavery. That's what you know. But before slavery, most of us in Africa don't know about our history. Our history from Kemet, our history from Egypt, our history from Ethiopia, our history from Mali, our history from Sudan, our history from Ghana, or all those old empires or old kingdoms that Africans had that we run away from. We were one people. We were not building walls and having all these boundaries, fighting over boundaries. Like before all this nonsense. It's after they came that one that taught us about boundary. We begin to build boundaries now. Okay, no, you don't cross here. You are no longer my brother. You are my neighbor. They destroy brotherhood and establish neighborhood. African family structure was built for brotherhood. We come together. No, they don't leave you alone. But today, you see, you have little problem. You start going even outside your family to borrow money. Because they destroy the African family structure. African family was for what? Community building. They were building themselves. Each family have an elder that represents them when the people gather. Community building. Everybody, we want to do the road today. Every family will come, they do that. But it's no longer today. Some of us, we travel back home and build a nice house. But there's no good road to go to where we build a house. Because those things is no longer working. Because it's not part of us. But we say, yeah, it's good like that. Things have changed. It's a new world, or it's a civilized world. Who told you your ancestors weren't civilized? Your ancestors were better than you today because you are still a slave. Before they enslaved your ancestors were better than you because they were living as a people. The only thing that destroy your ancestors is they have been too hospitable. They were so nice to the strangers. They didn't ask them questions. They didn't vent them. They didn't investigate. What type of person are you? Are you for me? What if something happened? Will you support me or support my enemy? They didn't do that. All the while, they welcomed them. As John said, where you invite the guests you don't know to dinner, then they rape the cook and slay the guests. That's what they did to Africa. They turn you to meal. You that invited them to dinner, they turn you into the meal. They kill you, take your stuff. Because you were careless. You think, oh, they are humans like you. Oh, humans, we don't kill like that. But you can fight to defend yourself, but you don't just wake up and begin to kill somebody that have not done anything for you. What evil did Africans do to those that enslaved them? No. But you believe that your ancestors were evil. They were idol worshippers. They were killing twins. They were doing evil. They were marrying multiple wives. Therefore, God sent the white man to punish them, to kill them. You are stupid believing that if you're an African. White people can believe anything they like about Africans. But Africans, what do you believe about yourself? Your oppressors succeeded in making you hating yourself. Today we fight. You see two Africans fighting. Because of the system they said they are in. That's nonsense. We have to wake up and begin to fight for our freedom. Freedom is not free. Africans are not free yet. And that's why we are calling us to wake up. We don't need few people to stand up. We need majority of us. That's how it will work. Because Abako no nyo momene oba ofufu. Unity is power. When we are united as a people, the enemy will fear and respect us. Okay. Also, apart from African marriage, let me talk about another lie they lied to us. Slavery. Lies they told us about slavery. You can also talk about that. They lied to us about slavery. Even yesterday, one African was saying, commenting, he said that your ancestors were selling their brothers. Say, what will I do to erase that from the mind of Africans? They believe that lie, that our ancestors were selling their brothers into slavery. But there's something I want to ask you. Who was buying those slaves? Have you ever paused? You see, Africans, they are not even blaming those that bought the slaves. They are blaming those they believe sold the slaves. I don't know if you know about crime. I used to steal, I used to do crime, so I know what I'm talking about. When police arrest you, what do they ask you? Who is buying what you have been stealing? They go after the person that has been buying it. That person becomes what? An accomplice. Both of you. But you see, many Africans, you embrace the white people oh, sorry, that call interrupted it. You embrace the white people that enslave your ancestors and condemn your ancestors, accusing them that they were selling them into slavery. They sold their brothers. Don't you know that the main person that make them sell their brothers, if they did, the main person that made them sell their brothers were these slave buyers. You say Africans were selling themselves as slaves among them. You can't prove that. It's a lie. If Africans were selling themselves as slaves among them, when white men came, they would have captured them and sold them as slaves also among them. They didn't do that. But you believe that lie. That's why I asked that person, do you have the mind to say your own brothers are slaves today? You that believe your ancestors were set, the same blood that ran through them is also running through you. Do you have the mind to sell your own brothers into slavery today? Maybe yes, that means it's true, right? But if you don't have that mind, then what make you believe your ancestors did that? Who gave you the books that told you about slavery? Not your ancestors. Your ancestors had books that dealt with life or speak about life. Before these evil people came and gave you the book that talk about death and slavery. The wages of sin is death. Slaves, obey your master. Who taught you that? Religion. Islam religion, Christianity religion, Judaism, Jewish religion. They taught you all about death and slavery. But you believe your ancestors were selling their brothers. So if somebody put gun on your head, tell you to go and bring your brother, or lest they kill you, you go and bring your brother. Then your brother say you are evil. You didn't do it in your right mind. Somebody forced you under duress. You did that. It's not in you. You are human. You weren't selling yourselves or your brothers into slavery. How can you think that when Africans believe in life? It's just as ridiculous as believing your ancestors were killing twins. Something made them did that. Something strange, foreign religion, just as the same foreign religion is making you to do stupid things today. Praying to a God you cannot see. Hating your brothers and your sisters for God you cannot see. For Jesus you cannot see. Why are you praising the slave buyers and condemning your own ancestors, saying they sold their brothers into slavery? You see them in Jamaica, you see them in other parts of Caribbean, you see them in America here, condemning them. They say they are no longer Africans. They are Israelites. Nonsense. Even if your ancestors sold you into slavery, you still part of them. I say, but you read your Bible and Torah. You believe in the God of Abraham. You believe that the brethren of Joseph sold him into slavery. And later they joined. Joseph did not deny his brethren. So because your ancestors, you believe that lie, your ancestors sold you into slavery, then you are no longer one of them. You will still have the same blood with them. If they're Africans, you are African. You are not Israelite. You are not Jew. You are not Hebrew. You are African. You can claim whatever you want, but you know, when time comes for them to slay, they count you as African. They slay you also. And most time they slay you first, because you are closer to them. Why are you praising the ones that enslaved your ancestors and you are condemning your own ancestors? Why are you praising the one that bought your brothers as slaves and condemning those that sold them? If there is no shop where the thief will sell whatever he steals, the thief will stop stealing. The person that caused anyone to sell slaves is the slave buyer. It's common sense. The originator of slavery or slave trade is the slave buyers. Africans weren't buying slaves among them. Okay, you say, but they used to have war. Would they catch slaves when you are caught during war, like prisoners of war, right? But they don't have prison, but they catch slaves, right? Then they do what? They hold them until they resolve issue, or they sell them to another people, right? But nobody, that's what they said. They send them to go and war. That's what they said, but it's not true. Okay? But that's what they said. They told you they were having wars. They catch people into slavery. But they forget to tell you that when they catch people from another village or another town during the war, right? So they will negotiate for something to happen, because there's something that caused them to go into war. They weren't going into war maybe for them to take other people's oil or whatever. Sometimes it's maybe land, portion of land. And this thing is part of colonized history. Africans weren't fighting war according to our ancestors. They weren't fighting wars like that, because if you have an issue with your brother, all you have to do is to relocate. Go somewhere else and build your place and begin to live. That's why Africans have territories. That's what Africans had. They didn't have this nation or country you have today, because all this nation and country is imitation of Western nation or Western way of living. It's not African way. So when you're talking about slavery, stop condemning your ancestors. Condemn those who invaded your land and enslaved your ancestors. Will you tell me your ancestors were the one that made chains also to chain their they were chaining their brothers down? No. It is the evil men that invaded and enslaved your ancestors that made chains. They know you cannot hold man. You cannot hold any man in his right senses down for too long. That man will fight for his freedom. They came with chain. As somebody fondly said, he said today, if Africans will come with their own chain, asking white people to come and take them as slaves. It's true. Because they succeeded in making Africa hellfire in this world. But I hope that Africans will wake up and begin to rebuild their place. You also believe this lie from slavery that Christianity brought civilization, good thing to us. Some people say, see, education. They brought education. They brought this. No. Christianity did not bring any good thing to Africa. It's like saying that death brings good thing to you. Nowhere. Death kills. Christianity brought death to Africa, just as Islam brought death to Africa. And that's why today, you see Africans are still buried. They need to wake up. They need to get up. They need to rise up and begin to rebuild themselves. Christianity did not bring us any good thing. I used to be a Christian. So let me talk about Christianity, because that is my part. I don't know much about Islam, except what they share. But Christianity did not bring us any good, but we believe they bring us good. One of the evils that Christianity brought to us is family division. Christianity divided our family. Today, people from the same kindred, they have different religion, different denominations of Christianity among them, which make them not even talking to each other. It is happening right now among my own kinsmen. Some of them come on Facebook talking to me because I said there is no God or Jesus, or talking against the evil that is happening in Roman Catholic. Because the Roman Catholic members, they come against me, their own brothers. I did not mention their name, but it's their religion. They come against me. That is the worst evil they brought, division. They divided us. And with the division, Africans will never unite. Imagine those my people, or my kinsmen people that are Roman Catholic, that are coming against me. Imagine me now go to my village, say I want them to come for a meeting. Do you think they will come? They will never. So they succeeded in dividing us. That's why they tell you, shut up, don't talk. Just say you are a Christian, then they will come. Why? How can we be gathering in lies, with lies? No, it can never stand. That's why all the meetings we are having is not working. You have meeting sometimes in Easter period, August period, Christmas period. You have meeting in your village. No, it's not producing any good fruit. Because you are divided. You don't have one religion. You don't have one God. You don't have one cause. You don't have one culture. Everything they divided you. That's why I said the missionaries were more evil than the enslavers. Those Christian missionaries, they are the worst Satan that entered Africa. Because the enslavers used weapons, guns and cannons to defeat Africans. But the missionaries used the Bible to enslave Africans mentally. So no much, the enslavers came with chain and chain you down. But the missionaries came with the Bible, promising you heaven, threatening you with hellfire, promising you salvation, promising you eternal life. You will walk on the street made with gold. You believe that nonsense. They enslave you mentally. They divided us. No matter how the present youth want to change it, no way. For a Roman Catholic woman to marry Anglican man, you know what that man will go through for him. Some of them, they say you will have your wedding in Roman Catholic Church. He said, okay. I said, me? You can't tell me where to do my wedding. I don't believe in wedding anymore. But if I want to do any celebration, it's in my house. With who I want to marry. Or in their house. Go to church for what? No. Which wedding? Unless court wedding. Because that's social one, government one. But what am I saying is this. The Arabs and the Europeans, they destroy African culture and divided us. With what? With strange culture and civilization. They introduced strange culture, strange civilization to Africa. Today, many Africans don't know anything about African civilization. They thought white men were the one that began civilization. No. Our own civilization, we are far better than what we have now. See how they have war everywhere, killing people everywhere, lying everywhere, deception everywhere. If not for religion, those people that die on Easter Day, Easter Sunday, they will still be alive today. What killed them? Religion. Not any God, not any Satan, but their fellow human being, their own brother, decided to kill them in the name of religion. If not religion that is killing people, it is politics. The two things they brought to us, evil, that is still killing Africans today, religion and politics. And you think you are better than your ancestors? You can blame your ancestors? Blame yourself. And that's why I'm encouraging you to wake up. Wake up, wake up and deliver yourself. There are many challenges in this life, and most of them are artificial. That's, man-made. What you call poverty, it has nothing to do with spirituality. Poverty is man-made. You see, like a place in Nigeria, when you say there are many poor people, those poor people are religious people. They go to church, they go to mosques. But see the Christians, the Christian part, or among Christians, Their rich pastors are buying private jets. And yet you said they have poor members in their church. And these people that are preaching in the name of who? Jesus, they read in the Bible. Jesus, who was poor, who looked at his disciples, his own apostles, he said to them, blessed are you poor. He called them poor. But your pastor, like Oyedebo, we say that he's worshiping what? He's serving a rich God. My God is rich. And he's saying he's dangerously rich. While there are many people that are dangerously poor in the same church. And he still collect tithes and offering from them. Saying he's building houses. It's not for free. One stupid boy from my town, the video I made 2 days ago in the park. So the boy commented, he said, every time in the park, you are looking for free Wi-Fi. Stop preaching this nonsense. Trust me now. I responded. I call him blind idiot. Is there a park in your own town? In your own village? Is there one park where people just go to stroll, maybe just have fun? No single one in your whole entire town. But you think I'm always in the park and looking for free Wi-Fi. I asked him, is it an abomination for you to have free Wi-Fi in your own town or village? Is it an abomination? Here in America, a park right here, they have free Wi-Fi. He heard me saying that every time. Free Wi-Fi in the park. My phone, I'm not using cheap phone, right? You think I will put cheap phone service? I have unlimited, here, right? I have unlimited data with T-Mobile that I'm using. Wherever my phone is, I can use it to do anything. But that stupid boy, because of his religion, because he's defending Jesus, because he's defending God, he see me as somebody that is attacking his religion. He now think saying that I'm looking for free Wi-Fi will make me shut my mouth or make me be afraid or ashamed. Of course, I want free Wi-Fi. I want free education. I want free healthcare, free everything. Why are we paying for anything in this world? And that stupid boy also said, oh, work hard and bring the money. We need money by our home. You see the mentality that is killing our people? Slave mentality. These are the people that always go to say they are voting for somebody to be their whatever. They don't have anything free to enjoy. At least in this world we are living in, why is there no free Wi-Fi in Nigeria? Even at their airport, try to check the Wi-Fi they put there. Oh man, you will wait for how many minutes or how many hours before you load anything in your phone. But when I was going to Nigeria or coming back also, I went through France, right? And I came through Holland. In their airport, I was using their Wi-Fi on my phone. Communicating with people on social media while I'm there. But in Africa, where they're supposed to have the best everything free, it's nowhere. But they believe, go and work in abroad and bring money home. Why is people still depending on any people to go and work in abroad and bring money home? Are Americans still doing that? You work in America, you make your money, they want you to spend your money here. But Africans want you to make the money and bring it home. And they never have any plan of coming back home. They will kill you. Yes, yeah, they will kill you. They will kill you because you have built that house, you have given them some money. They don't want you to say pay back that or tell them to pack away. So you have to go, bro. Stay in America. Only visit and go. Visit and go. But planning to come back, they already have children. We don't want them to pack out. No, they're not. Many things are going bad. Many people are not willing to share it. And that's one of the reasons we have many problems in Africa. People are not saying it as it is. Say it as it is. You see how people will hate you. You see your brethren, your own brothers and sisters coming against you because of the silly religion they have. It's a shame. I don't have any evil plan against anyone. So that's why when somebody come against me, I also come against you. I'm not a Christian, so I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I don't believe in forgiveness. I believe in fairness. Let us live fairly as a human being. You slap me, I slap you. Man, no go verse. Period. But if you believe in these lies that religion brought to us, making you believe they brought good things to you, that's what will keep you in slavery. Africans, deliver yourself. Slavery is evil. The real evil that you think is maybe fornication, as they said, adultery, whatever they say is evil in their book. That's not the real evil. The real evil is slavery, the one they ask you to embrace. They say, slaves, obey your masters. Bible condone evil. Quran condone evil. Torah condone evil. They want you to, as a slave, to obey your master. Say no to that. Say no to that. Slavery is evil, and religion is slavery. Christianity is slavery. Islam is slavery. Judaism is slavery. Whatever religion you belong to is slavery. It's time you free yourself. Africans before slavery shun evil. The land where I came from, my town is called Umuchu town. And we are known as what? Alanso. Alanso is not a Christian thing. Because I have seen some Roman Catholic try to attribute it to one Reverend Father. They used to that. They go to their church, they make up story, they come and spread it, and want everybody to accept it. Alanso means Alana Sonso. Nsala is not rented in my town. If in my town, if you are a thief, your life is numbered. Your days is numbered. You will die one tragic death. It's either they kill you or you just die. And we have confirmed it that it is true. Unless you change. Like if I didn't change, I would have died. That's why when I was bad, when they say they kill somebody somewhere around that fake, my parents will go to see whether I'm the one. But they don't know I was not that bad. I was still a good boy, only chasing things. I wanted to make money, and to make money now you have to go to club, go to the bunk, smoke, drink, have fun, which is bad fun though. So our people shun evil before these evil people came. People that shun evil will not invade other people. That's why our African ancestors did not invade other people, because it is evil for you to invade other people, taking their stuff. What our ancestors used to do is they join other people in their festival seasons or festival time and celebrate. They celebrate with other people. If you do your own thing, they come and they celebrate with you. Not fighting with you, not coming to steal it. No. Africans shun evil. When you go to Africans, like in the area where I come from, we call it Insane or Nsala. My own main language. My own main Igbo language, Nsala. But in Onitsha Igbo language or other some Igbo, Nso Ane. You don't do this. That's what those people hold as in their culture. They call it taboo. Taboo is not what it's not accepted. You don't do this. It's a taboo. They call it abomination. And it is not just a law. It was not a law. It was part of our culture as a people in their territories. When you go to this territory, they tell you, killing snake here is a taboo. You don't do that. And when you come there, you respect them. That's what is called culture. That's what works for them. You go to this place, they tell you, oh, killing rat here is a taboo. You don't do that. You respect them. That's what they have. Just as today in America, killing an eagle is taboo. Will you kill an American eagle? Nowhere. You go to jail. But you believe that your ancestors were doing evil. when you know very well so that in some Igbo land, a married woman cannot sleep with a man that is not her husband. If she do, she run mad. You know that. They did that to shun evil. But you think they did that is demonic. It's not. Just as in America, a married woman sleep with another man, they divorce, right? So, but our people, to stop it, because if you know you will run mad, no matter how the man want to have sex with you, you will say no. And some Christian women and Christian men that come from such town, they still observing it. Although they are Christians, they still fear that thing in their land. I've had it, I think, from Enugu, Nsukka area, and also from the Imo State area. I've heard from women and men from those areas telling me that. We don't have that in my place. My place is when you're caught, you go. That's it. But they have that. They have certain things. On this day, we don't do this thing in this village. If you do it, something bad will happen to you. It's okay. I respect it. But you believe that your ancestors were evil. Even among the tribes, like in Nigeria, Yoruba people have some evil intention against Igbos. Igbos have some evil intention against Yorubas. Hausa people, all the tribes, they hate each other. Why they are supposed to be one? Yeah, they say they are one Nigeria, but they know they are not. But religion made them keep pretending. Religion and politics that the oppressors established for us. They say, yeah, we are one when we are not. Where is the truth? When you said there is one Nigeria, I know you are lying. There's no one Nigeria. There's no one Nigeria. You know that. It's people, especially they call it 3 major tribes. They brought together and say they are one. And they are not the one that say they are coming together. It's white people that say they are one. For me and you and other person to be one, 3 of us have to agree. But none of our ancestors were there to agree. They just make their meeting and say, you know what, from today, you are Nigeria. Some people say, mean Niger area. You know, Niger area, they call it Nigeria. But some people say, no, it's come from Niger. Niger. Okay, what is the meaning of Nigeria? What is the meaning of Nigeria? I think Nnamdi Kanu asked that question one time. I haven't heard anybody answer that. What is the meaning of Nigeria? You don't know. But you're in Nigeria. It's a shame. Let us say the truth first. Saying one Nigeria is the truth is like saying church is the truth. Or you're going to church for truth. No. That church, you say you're going to church. You say you're going to hear the truth. No. It's impossible. You can never hear truth in any church. You can never. They can never tell you the truth. They have to come out of that church to tell you the truth. And they don't want to lose the fame they already built, the finance they already built. They don't want to lose all that. The friendship. They don't want to lose that. So they slay truth on the altar of friendship, fame, and finance. Truth can never be found in any religious institution. No way. They have to tell you lie to stand because their foundation was built on lies. Slavery brought them in. And everyone that goes there or belongs there is a slave. There's no true African that is a Christian. There's no true African that is a Muslim. There's no true African that is a Jew. A true African is African. Just like me. Why do superior people, has to prey on inferior people? If you believe that white people are superior to black people, that's why they enslave them. Don't you see that it is the inferior one that always want the weapon to go and prey on the one that is posing a threat to them? If white people were superior to black people, they wouldn't have invaded them. Because black people were superior people living their life, welcoming everybody. Welcome the inferior strangers without knowing that inferior strangers have ulterior motive to come and destroy their lives and their land and whatever they stand for. They destroy it and give them the foreign one. You say your ancestors were evil and they were idol worshippers. What about those white people that were stealing and buying those artifacts that your ancestors made? How many of you can carve a thing that your ancestors carved? But you see some Africans, they're artistic. When they draw something out, it's still in their blood. But you somehow believe your ancestors were morons, while your oppressors were your masters. Nowhere. I want you to wake up. Freedom is not free. African freedom is not free. We have to continue fighting. We have to continue fighting until our people will wake up and set themselves free. You see how many Africans they have killed who stood up against the oppression, against white supremacy, against division among us. They killed them. Who killed them? Have you ever asked yourself, we killed them? You say, oh, it's their brothers that killed them. No, somebody paid them to kill them. You say, why did they accept it? Under duress. Just the same way you accept Jesus today. The same way you accept Christianity. The same way you accept Islam. Who forced you to do that? You don't know. The one that gave it to you forced you. They force you from the moment you were born. They begin to indoctrinate you, threatening you with hellfire if you don't belong. What makes the superior ones to invade and destroy the ones, the superior one to destroy the one they say is inferior? Greed and selfishness. What motivated them? Need and greed motivated them. Not any God, not any devil. And I always summarize it with this: wickedness of men to men. That's why. Not because they are superior to. Have you seen one white man standing against one black man without any gun? He said, I want to fight you, I want to beat you. You cannot do that. They always use gun. Because black people throw away their own gun, which is called voodoo. They throw it away. If it were when our Africans used to have that power, you come with a gun? You can't do that. When our ancestors used to fortify their families, fortify their kindred, fortify their people against any foes. That's why when the man wake up in the morning, he stand for his family, facing his gods or his ancestors. He said, what we eat us will not come to us. What we eat will come to us. But today you are praying nonsense prayer. And when that man is praying that thing, he's not praying for any God or his ancestors to give him anything, because he's going out to work and make it happen. But today, even religion has turned Africans into lazy people. They think praying will bring changes. Praying and fasting will solve their problem. You have to get up, wake up. Fix your family. It must start with you. For Africans to unite with yourself first. Know who you are. Know you are African. You are great. You are not what they said you are. You are not a sinner. You are not evil. You are not unworthy. You are not worthless. You are great. Born to do amazing things. No God created you. Your ancestors had you. Your parents had you. They gave you life. How are you living that life today? Stop believing the oppressors and begin to consider your ancestors. You are one with your ancestors. African freedom is not free. We have to fight for it to be free. And they must start with us. I fought myself and I defeated myself to become my real self, because they made me Christian. That is strange to me. I have to defeat that Christian self I had to become an African I was born to be. And that's why I'm waking us up, calling us to wake up, to drop all those Christian self, Muslim self, Jewish self they force us to put on. They ask you to put on Christ. Take that Christ off. You don't need to put on any Christ. You don't need to put on any Muhammad. You don't need to put on any Abraham. You don't need to put on any God. Just be you. You are the God that is real. You are the God that can do great exploits in this world. Wake up, Africans. Fight for your freedoms. Fight for your freedom. And live well. Life is good. So thank you for sharing with me, and I appreciate that. All right? Peace.